Hello, friends. You are all welcome in this online webinar series on Smile, Cryogen, and 60 Food Consciousness. Thank you here for joining me in this seminar. And I just want to introduce you that this is a series of 8 lectures which will be published here on Facebook on my page Medisujoke. All these lectures are will be live at 7 p.m. daily from 6th January to 12th January, and then on 28th January the final verdict of this seminar, a cross-sectional case control study on the impact of Smile Cryogen Food Consciousness on diabetes and hypertension in 100 patients will be published. A big study will be published. The study of impact of Smile Cryogen Food Consciousness on diabetes and hypertension in 100 patients, a follow-up study of 2 years, which I have done, and it has taken me 2 years to publish this study. It will be published on 28th January. Till then, 7 lectures are going to publish in next 7 days. Be with me and thank you and smiles. I want to wish you all a very, very happy and smiling new year. And let us start our seminar with this video.
Than its parents.
I got 2 pills I take for my...
This could be the first generation of children in the United States that lives less than its parents.
I got 2 pills I take for my diabetes, then I got 1 for cholesterol, high blood pressure, and then I take Byetta, which is an injectable.
I'm getting really shaky and I'm sick and I'm fatigued, and that's when they diagnosed me with hypertension and diabetes.
Obesity, diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure cost this country more than $120 billion each year.
People are saying, you're crazy. You're a cancer patient. You should be resting. Doctors told me this. When I had the second heart attack, the doctor said I should prepare for death.
Heart disease is an absolutely toothless paper tiger that need never, ever exist.
People who were raised in Japan, the Philippines, Korea, China, never had heart disease, prostate cancer, colon cancer, breast cancer, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis.
This is the atlas of cancer mortality in China.
Virtually, the Western diet was non-existent. They had no animal products. They had no dairy, no meat.
We learned that we could turn on and turn off cancer growth just by adjusting the level of intake of that protein.
I knew at that point what caused most diseases.
Our national authorities are simply excluding this concept in order to protect the status quo.
With the Western diet, there are going to be 500,000 people in this country this year who will have to have the front half of their body divided, their heart exposed. Some people would call that extreme.
I know of nothing else in medicine that can come close to what a plant-based diet can do.
If you go through life thinking that what happens to you from a health perspective is based on your genes, you're a helpless victim.
I reversed the diabetes.
the diabetes is not coming back.
I just can't understand what it's done to change my life.
Diet is so much more important than anybody ever thought.
To me, the answer is so simple, it's criminal. And it's just people starting to take responsibility for their health and starting to eat more plant-based foods. It's that simple.
So this video was just a message for all of you that many of the lifestyle diseases are becoming an epidemic these days, and we all have to stop it at any cost.
This guide is called.
So only because of this, SMILE TRIORIGIN food consciousness was discovered. But to know what is SMILE TRIORIGIN food consciousness, first of all, there are some things we need to know. The most preventable cause of death in the USA is smoking. And the second most preventable cause of death in the US is overweight and obesity. Means so many people, because of wrong eating, get overweight and obese that it causes the second most common cause of death in the world. And all this can be simply prevented just with the help of correct use of SMILE, TRIORIGIN, and 6 key food consciousness. A comparative risk assessment for the burden of disease and the injury attributable to 67 risk factors in the world. The number one killer of death in the world is high blood pressure. It causes around 93,95,860 deaths in 1 year, which means around 9.3 million deaths in a year. Diet low in fruits. The second most cause of death in the world causes around 49 lakh deaths, which means 5 million deaths occurs due to diet low in fruits. Global and regional mortality. Global and regional mortality from 20 global and regional mortality from 20 causes of death in the Lancet 2012 they published. That the number one killer in the world is again high blood pressure, and diet low in the fruits is the fourth most common cause of death in the world. If you know just these statistics, you will start eating more fruits from now onwards, which means you will be preventing a lot of deaths in your family, around your family, in your society, and in your country, which is very, very important. So let's look at how to heal the human body. This is a very, very, very fundamental model, which I always explain in all my seminars. This model says that human body is linked to a car. Like a car, human body can have 4 problems. The first problem is if some nut bolt or some part of the car goes into wrong practice, like maybe steering is not working properly, or the side mirror is not working properly, or this tire is not working properly. So some body part of the car or of the human body, if it is not working properly, what you will do, you will go to a mechanic and get it repaired. Mechanic, what it will do, it will correct this mirror, it will correct the steering case, it will correct the wheel. And in the human body, what will happen if you have a headache, some brain is not working, or some sinusitis, nose is not working, sore throat or chest pain or heart is not working properly, what you will do, you will go to a doctor. The doctor may be from the field of Sujok, maybe from acupressure, maybe from acupuncture, maybe from homeopathy, maybe from allopathy, maybe from Ayurveda. No matter what the doctor will do is the job of a mechanic. It will do something with medicine pills or some Sojok probe or acupressure point, it will do, and it will tighten that screw of your body to get that part adjusted properly so that you come back into peace. So this is a job of mechanic, which is least important. And how many times you go to a Sojok practitioner or an acupressure practitioner is maybe once a month, once a week, twice a week. That's all. But the most important things are here. This car needs service every month. It should go to a service station where the proper petrol should be filled, proper grease should be given to the tires, there should be done proper lubrication of the tires, and there should be proper washing of the car so that this car gives you a good experience of driving. In the same way, human beings have got so many joints, thousands, maybe 40, 50 joints we have in our body. And all those joints, you have neck joints, you have wrist joints, you have diaphragm, you have hip joints, you have knee joints. And all those joints, including the trunk, require a regular service because human body is an imported Mercedes car made by God. So you should do daily service of your body. That the service can be done via a walk, via a Tai Chi, via yoga, via twist therapy, via gymnast, or via any spiral motions. But you should do it daily and regularly. So this is more important than Sojok and acupuncture because this service of human body is required daily. Then the third service, which is most important, is which petrol you fill in your car. If you fill a good quality, a costly premium petrol, your car will give a more mileage after 5 to 7 years of its use. But if you are filling a low quality of petrol in your car will give a very low mileage and it will not run properly. Rather, slowly, its body will start deteriorating. In the same way, human body is a car and it requires a very good petrol to be filled from the mouth. And that fuel is food, which needs to be taken 3 to 5 times daily. And if you're putting a premium quality of food in your body, you at the age of 60 to 70 years, how much strength you have, how much, what is the condition of your joints, whether they are in good condition or not, that will be decided. And whether you have developed any diabetes, hypertension, cancer, that will be decided with the food. Plus your age can only be decided by what you eat, because this is not going to change your age. This is not going to change your age. But yeah, maybe a little bit it will change your age. But most important is this thing. It is going to change your age. And the most important, human body is also a metaphysical car. So it requires a spiritual fuel also. And that spiritual fuel is in the form of daily situations, how you behave there. Spiritual. Spiritual fuel in the form of smile. So no matter, you should keep smiling in every moment, because you will daily face thousands of situations where there will be a lot of stress, a lot of quarrels, a lot of violence. But even in all those stressful situations, what is required of you is smile. That is required of you is smile. So if you are smiling, then only, then and then, only then this will stop. These events will stop. You should be smiling in all the situations, and in every moment. You eat food maybe 3 to 5 times a day. You go for a walk maybe 1 time a day. You go to a Sojok acupuncturist maybe once a week. But you need to smile in every moment, because this is your spiritual fuel, which you need to fill your body all the time. So no matter what is the situation, You should keep smiling in all the situations. So this is the human body model of how to heal human body. And most important of this model is this part, that is smile meditation. Means it is not about sitting somewhere and doing some kind of meditation. It means to be in a smile state all the time in your life, and then eating a whole food plant-based diet, which will be labeled as whole food plant-based diet, the smile TRIORIGIN food consciousness and the 6 key food consciousness, and then do daily some tai chi, yoga, gymnast to improve the condition of your joints and the spine. And sometimes when you have some trouble, do sujok or take some medicine. So this is the model of how to heal the human body. So now, before starting everything, let us discuss, is there any order which prevails in the universe? Is there any order which prevails in the universe? Has to be understood. So to understand that, we start this thing that how this how this model persists. Actually, we need to understand that. Is there any order in this universe? How many of you agree that there is an order in this universe? Because to understand the smile TRIORIGIN food consciousness, first of all, you should know, you should understand whether there is an order in the universe or not. And what is TRIORIGIN? You all should know about it. So let's study it. Is our universe an orderly universe? Is there any order in our universe, or everything is going without any order in this universe? Means is it full chaos, or there are full errors in the universe? What is your opinion? Please type below. Please type below. Let's observe our universe. Within unlimited, deep, silent universe, infinite number of four-armed galaxies are spinning spirally on self-axis. See these galaxies. Infinite number of galaxies are there, and they are spinning spirally on self-axis automatically. Within every huge arm of galaxy, numerous solar systems are moving in an orderly path. You can see in all these galaxies, there is a solar system like our solar system, and all planets on this solar system are revolving in an orderly path, always like this. These solar systems are moving in an orderly path in these solar systems. And within every solar system, all the 9 planets and numerous meteorites are self-spinning, as well as rotating around the sun in an orderly path. All these planets are continuously rotating around the sun in an orderly way. There is an order, yes. Every 3 months in the Earth's atmosphere, seasons are changing in a cyclical pattern. Do you agree? After spring, always summer comes. After summer, always autumn comes. After autumn, always winter comes. And again, spring comes. Summer comes, autumn comes, and then winter comes. So this keep on doing, revolving like this. From spring to summer, summer to autumn, autumn to winter, and winter again to spring in a definite pattern. Every 24 hours, Earth is self-spinning on its self-axis. And around the moon, Earth is completing a rotation, and the moon is completing a rotation around the Earth in every 28 days in an orderly path. This Earth always, in an orderly way, keeps spinning around its own axis for a 24-hour period. And this moon always keeps rotating around the Earth in an orderly way of lunar cycle of 28 days. There is an order. You can feel this order. In our universe, all living existence is taking birth from nothing through an integration process. And after completing their life cycle, every existence is returning back to nothing through the process of disintegration. So this order is always followed in our lives. You can feel this order. So is there any order in my lecture which I am delivering to you people? Is there any order? Can anybody tell what is the order right now in this lecture? Yes, there is a lecture. There is an order in this lecture that every day at 7 p.m. one lecture will be delivered where the author of the lecture, Dr. Pawan Vadhavan, will be speaking, and you all will be listening and gathering information daily. And after that, in the order, you all will have questions and you will be asking them to me. Is there any order in your houses? In our houses, do we have any order? Yes. What is the order in our houses? That all the husbands daily wake in the morning, go outside, that's their job to earn money, and come back in the evening, and the wives always take care of their home and children, and in the night all of them sleep, and again in the morning they go to their jobs and come back, and every Sunday they take a holiday and enjoy their lives. So this order is always followed in our houses. But very rarely, sometimes what may happen is, very rarely wife becomes dominant, husband becomes down. It means wife goes for the job and husband takes care of the home. That is very, very rare. But even then, there's a particular order in every house which has been followed. We are just trying to find out what that order is which is being followed in all the houses. Right, guys? And that order is the TRIORIGIN order. How to prove that? What is the fundamental order governing this whole universe? What is the fundamental order which is governing this whole universe? The TRIORIGIN order. The TRIORIGIN order, let us first what we will do is, we will, to prove that it is TRIORIGIN order, we will give a hypothesis first. In the science, what they do, first they give a theory. Then that theory is being tested on various phenomena, that whether this theory is truth or not. So that theory is then tested on various parts, and once all those phenomena are well explained by the theory, that theory becomes a law. This is what is being followed in modern medicine. So this we will also try to follow in this seminar. First, I will give a theory. This is just an assumption. This is just an assumption. Let's start, guys. The TRIORIGIN order. I would like to explain is what happened at the start of the universe. In the starting, when nothing was there, but there was no universe, and only God was there. So before the start of the universe, who existed? God existed. God was existing, so everything was existing, because everything is God. So God has all the knowledge how to make universes. God has all the knowledge how to make galaxies. God had all the knowledge how to create planets. God had all the knowledge how to create human beings. God had all the knowledge that how to make human beings and how to enjoy life. But although everything was there because God was there, and nothing was there because there was no feeling at that time. Feeling was not there. So although he kept all the knowledge, he was not able to feel. He was not able to feel the smile. So that God then became the spirit of existence, the existence spirit. And in him, the feel came that let us make some universes and feel life. So once he thought of creating a universe, he looked from the zero world. This is the zero world where the God lives, zero world, where the God has been called as existence spirit because this is the spirit of existence which wants to create existence, right? So the exact name, the better name for God, what is the meaning of the God? The G-O-D, the G means generator, O means operator, and D means destructor. The force which generates, operates, and destroys this universe is called God. And the better name for God is existence spirit, the spirit of existence. So that spirit then looked from a window which was zero shaped into this world. This is the real world here. So this is what has happened here. This is a mirror here. So this is existence spirit which lives beyond the zero world, beyond, this is beyond zero world, beyond zero world. He had an intention of creating this world, and then he looked from here, from this window. This is zero world. Zero world. This is zero world. So existence spirit lives beyond zero world. Then once the idea came that existence should come into realization, at that time she came into the zero world, from beyond zero world. And in this beyond zero world, in the zero world, this spirit looked into this world, the real world. This is the real world, through a zero shaped window. And once she looked into this real world, a force, a hetero force, a line came out of this window very fast, traveling like this. And this force was going like this, far, 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 very fast, very fast. This was a line. This was a line. And this line was so fast. This line was so fast that it never stopped. It never stopped. And what was the characteristic of this line was to create new things. So this line was creating new things so fast that a chaos happened in the universe. Chaos happened in the universe. And creator was not happy. So what creator did is, creator was seeing from here. So he was not happy because there was chaos happened because of this force. So creator, what he did, he sent a second force to stop this force. That second force was this second force which came out of that zero window was in the form of a plane, a circle, and that force came like this, tried to contain this hetero force in it and tried to take it back to the creator. This force came like this, very fast, and tried to take this hetero. So the first force is called as the Brahma. Brahma, first the red color force. The force which is a red color is the Brahma force. Brahma. B-R-A-H-M-A, Brahma force. The second name of this force is, in the Latin, is hetero force. In Hindus, in India, we call this force as Brahma. Lord Brahma always keep on making new universes. If you want to see the picture of Lord Brahma, then it is like this. This is Lord Brahma, the hetero. So, what happened at that time is the Brahma was tried to be taken back to the zero world by the second force, which the name of that force is, the name of the force is Tandav Shiva. Rudra Shiva. Rudra Shiva. This is that form of the Shiva which when Shiva comes into anger and starts doing Tandav, it starts destroying the whole universe. And if you want to look at the image of this force, the image is like this. The image of Rudra Shiva is like when he is doing a Tandav. T-A-N-D-A-V, Tandav. When Shiva starts doing Tandav, everything around in the universe starts getting destroyed, becomes when Shiva gets angry. So this force of Rudra Shiva, which is in Latin called as, which in Latin is called as homo force. Homo force. It tried to bring the hetero force back into the universe. But this hetero force was so fast when this homo tried to take this force back, this force very fastly escaped homo and again went front. It was very difficult to catch this force. Although homo was always trying to take this force back, but this hetero force, always very smart and very fast, it will always escape hetero. It will always escape hetero very fast. So what happens? There was a fight which happened in between these two forces of hetero and homo, that hetero goes fast and homo takes it back to the creator. hetero. And what was the nature of the homo is to not allowing hetero to change anything, but rather taking things back to the original state. So they started fighting, and a big fight happened in the universe, and there was chaos everywhere, and creator was not smiling. So to contain, then what happened, but he wanted to make something good. So he sent a third force which was a neutral force, which did the neutralization of the fight between these two forces, and which was a referee among these two fighters. And because of that force and the strong power of that force, both of those forces of hetero and homo came into discipline. And the nature of that force was a spiral, because you see, here is a line, here is a circle, and what came to control both these two is a neutral force. Now, if you see carefully, this hetero force is actually contained within the homo force. Are you getting it? The homo force contains the hetero inside it. And what came out third was neutral force, which actually contains hetero homo inside it. And that is a big spiral like this, which came out of the creator, and which actually contains hetero and homo inside them. And because of the controlling power of this neutral force, now both hetero and homo are contained within it, and they must follow the orders of the neutral force. So because of the neutral force, a harmony came between the two, and both started to obey the order of the neutral force, and all the chaos which was there in the universe stopped, and a beautiful life started once neutral was born. What is the nature? And this neutral is called in India as Vishnu, the Narayana, Vishnu. Narayan. And how the Narayan looks like is Narayan looks like this. This is Lord Narayana, which is the neutral and the operator of this universe. So what happened there is this Narayana, and what is this this zero force, the zero window, the neutral, which provided the environment. There is a window, if you see here, which is a zero window, which provided and which has a black color. This window has a black color, and this provides the environment for all the universe to exist. What is the number of this window is 0, and what is the number of the hetero force is number it's a one line, single line, and its number is like 1. It has been given one number. The number which has been given to the homo force, because it contains two, homo itself and hetero itself, so it gives 2 number. And the neutral force, which contains in it 3 things, the hetero, homo, and the neutral. So this has been given 3 number, and 0 number has been given to the neutral force. And neutral force in India is known as in India, they know neutral force as Sadashiva, not the Rudra Shiva, the Sadashiva. What is Sadashiva? Sada, S-A-D-A, Sadashiva. Sadashiva is a god who's been worshipped everywhere in all the temples of India, like a Shivlinga. The actual name of Sadashiva is not Shiva, but Sadashivalinga, Shivalinga. So this is the image of that Shivling, which is actually worshipped in all the Hindu temples, because this is the that genital organ of the zero force, which has created this whole universe. It is like a male genital organ, and this is the sacred holy linga, which has given birth to all the universe. So that's great. So if you see carefully, the people who live in India, they must be knowing now that in India, we just worship these two forces, the Shivalinga, Neuto, this force is no Neuto force. The zero force is called, in Latin is Neuto force, Neuto, Neuto force. So this force we worship in our temples, and this force we worship in our temples. Nobody worships Rudra Shiva or Brahmaji. In India, out of so many cities and so many villages, there is only one temple of Lord Brahma, otherwise there is no temple, and there is no temple of Rudra Shiva. Maybe one temple may be there, but actually there is no, because people only worships from where they get something. If you ask Neuto force, the Sadashivalinga, anything, it will, because it is a ling, it will, it is an organ of creation. It will give you, it will generate for you whatever you want. And this Narayana is the God who operates the universe. It takes various incarnations in the form of Lord Krishna, Lord Rama. It comes into this world and gives birth to take different births and to create peace and dharma in the society. And it always gives you whatever you want. So people only are interested in worshipping these two gods. So this is the theory of TRIORIGIN, which has now ended. And I just want to now go back to my slides again. So the TRIORIGIN order. So I have given this hypothesis that this, and when the moment, just the moment, I just want to tell you, the moment when the moment when the God was, when the the creation, the Narayana was born, the creator there up was smiling. He was smiling that now something beautiful will happen. My God. So creator actually smiled at that point. The moment when he smiled. And in that moment of 1 second smile, this whole universe has been contained. It is for that 1 second, thousands of lives will be born and they all will die. When that 1 second of smile disappears, the smile goes, the whole universe will go back. So only in that moment of smile, we are all contained. So that's why I always say, whenever you smile, no matter you artificially smile, you are actually connecting to Him, connecting to God, because only for that 1 second moment of smile, this all universe is existing. Only that 1 second, the moment when he smiled, when Neutro was born. Important characteristics of these forces are heteroforce, the force that pushed the things apart. Because of this force, the Big Bang happened. The heteroforce expands and amplifies. As I have explained to you, that this force of hetero always expands things and amplifies their vibrations. This is what has been the function of hetero. Hetero force is an ascending force, always rising, always things keep on rising under the influence of the hetero force. Hetero always changes the things very, very fast. This is what has been the instinct of the hetero force. Hetero acts unexpectedly and at random. You can't, it always acts very unexpectedly. Something if happens in this life suddenly and unexpectedly, it is a hetero phenomena. And always something new will happen, something unexpected will happen because of the hetero force. This is very important that all of you now know the characteristics of these forces. Only then you can understand the TRIORIGIN food consciousness better. Hetero splits the things. Hetero separates the things. Hetero diversifies the situations. Hetero complicates the situations. Hetero take the things far from the original state. Because this is what has been the tendency of the hetero, that it is going far away from the original state. Hetero creates disorder everywhere. This is what has been nature of hetero. It creates new things, but it creates chaos everywhere. The homo force. Homo force is the force that pulls the things together. It wants to bind everything and take it back to the creator back. Homo contracts the things. Homo is a descending force, always taking the things back, descending. If something is rising, it will take it down. Suppose an aeroplane is rising because of the hetero force, if homo force will try to crash it and take it back to the earth. Hetero make things unchangeable. It does not want, because it has a no change instinct. It wants everything not to change and take it back to the creator. Homo slows down the things. Homo acts with expectation. Everything which is happening again and again, like every year in the December winter comes, every year in the January winter is there, every year in the February there is spring. This is what is expectation. And this is what is slowing down of the things. And because slowing down means taking the things back to the creator, and acts with the expectation means everything is under some cycling process, and this is what has been the nature of homo. Homo creates similarity, like all the human beings are similar. It's because of homo force. Homo creates contraction. Homo contracts. Homo unifies, and homo simplifies the things because it makes things similar. Like every year, we all know on the 1st of the January, the new year starts. This is something which is simplified by homo force. On every rupee, if 100 is written, it means it is 100 rupee. Anybody who is from India is called as Indian. Anybody who is from at the acupuncture field is called an acupuncture doctor. So there are so many acupuncture doctors, and they all do the same treatment with needles. So all the doctors talk in the same language in their like personal fields. Like allopathic doctor talks in allopathic language. So things have been simplified by the homo force. In the daily sun is seen daily, no matter, most of the days sun comes out. Rain comes in August in India. Every year it happens. So things like have been simplified by the homo force. So life has become a little easier for us, because we remember that in June there will be hotness, and in the February there will be spring. So these things are like become simpler for us. So homo contracts, unifies, and simplifies. Homo returns things to the original state. Homo creates order, but never creates harmony. The homo is very strong. The homo people, they want a very strong order, like the government of maybe called as very strict, some United Arabs government, which is very strict. It wants an order that it should be followed. Nothing wrong should happen. But even then, their laws are so strict that it creates sometimes trouble for their people. Means it is not harmony. Harmony means everything is in order, but everybody is happy and in harmony with each other. This is not the characteristics of homophores. About the neutral. The neutrophores. Neutral pursues harmonization. So neutral wants is harmonization, that everything is going on in order. At the same time, everybody is happily enjoying. This is what is neutral. Neutral is the force of neutralization. It always neutralizes the things. Anything hetero, something homo, fight going on, it will neutralize. Wherever there's a fight, wherever there is a problem, neutral is the solution. Neutral is the connector. Neutral is the coordinator. It connects the things from each other so that everything happens spontaneously, automatically, and there is no force required. That means you can see like the grass grows on its own whenever the season is right. Earth is spinning continuously around its axis around the sun, and all the planets are rotating around the sun automatically. There is no force required. It is in harmony. When they cross each other, and the sun, Earth rotates around the sun in a very harmonization way that all of us get benefit. And all the events in this world, like suppose the rain comes at one place and the benefits goes to the other place, and Dr. Pawan is giving a lecture here in his room right now, and the benefit will be given to the whole world. Like everything is being connected. There is no coincidences in this world. That is what is the explanation of the neutral force. Force of neutral is the force of equalization and the justice. Neutral is the power of systematization. Everything is systematized. Neutral activates things. Neutral promotes efficacy so that maximum amount of benefit can be taken from some source. Neutral produces rhythm. Neutral is an improving force. Neutral pursues reconciliation among different kind of forces, like hetero and homo force are being refereed or being reconciled by the neutral force. Neutral is the force of adaptability. Neutral is the force which evokes morality in all of us. So guys, these are the important characteristics of the hetero, homo, and the neutral forces, which will help you now in understanding this lecture more, and you will be able to imply and use these forces in your own life now. And the neutral force, this is the fundamental force of nature in itself. The neutral force is its presence forms an environment in which all other forces operate. It is a connector between the real world and the zero world. Neutral does not reveal. The Sadashiva never, the Linga never reveals itself. It does not interfere with the course of events, allowing everything to happen in a natural way. It provides all existences with the rhythm of rest and space, of emptiness, so that they can exist harmoniously, preserving the order of TRIORIGIN model. So, this is the hypothesis which I have given. This is just an assumption that I think this is what happened before the start of the universe. This is my thinking. This is the thinking of the great Saint Professor Parchev. But thinking of two people cannot make science to believe that this is true. So what to do for that is just let's see. The TRIORIGIN order exists everywhere. Now let's see this model and try this model. Now what we do is, this is my assumption that everything is existing. So now let's see what happens. Is you have seen that what I want to look at it is that I hope all of you have now got this thing. So yes, I am certain that I was visible here, and what I want to say to you is, so this is my assumption that the God existed, that this is what could have happened at the time of TRIORIGIN, when the universe was created. So thing is, but this does not make the law that this is a law, and we need to apply see some examples from the world that this order is prevailing everywhere. We need to find out, and if it becomes true that this order is prevailing everywhere, it will become a law. The moment when he smiled. TRIORIGIN order exists everywhere. Let's study it. TRIORIGIN model of habitats. The TRIORIGIN model of habitats. On the basis of, in terms of space, if you look at the space in the world, land is minimum in the earth. If you look at the earth, the land is very less. All is water. Land is very less. So land is the minimum space, so it becomes hetero. Second most common space is occupied by the water on the earth, where all the living creatures or all the water animals live. And more than that, if you look at this earth, and this earth has been bounded by an ozone layer, and below this ozone layer all is air, in which many birds live. So this is the maximum space which has been contained in this atmosphere. So earth becomes neutral because it is the largest. So this is the TRIORIGIN model of habitats. So TRIORIGIN is seen here on the earth. If you look in this earth in terms of properties, the air is the most moving area, which is changing every time, fast moving every time. So sky becomes air becomes hetero. Land is the area which never changes. It has been attached at one place and it never changes its shape. So land becomes homo. And the water, which is moving in an orderly way, which gives a soothing feeling to all of you. It moves, but it moves less than the air, and it contains a lot of life in it, and it contains a lot of minerals, like pearls, and many secrets are hidden in this water. So on the basis of the property, because this water, what you call this water as H2O, H2O, it contains both air as well as land in it. So the the liquid becomes neutral on the basis of the properties, right? So Trojan model of habitats is seen in the Earth. Trojan model of continents. If you look at the continents, if you look at the Antarctica continent, it is hidden at one place. Here there is no life. There is no life here. And it is small hidden continent. Then there is a small continent called as Australia. It is very small and it's very hot, right? So this area is hetero. This is one in number, one continent. Then there we have American continent, like one is North America and one is South America. The North America is called as USA, United States, and this is South America. So these two are two in number, and so they become homo here. Homo. The color of the homo is blue. Color of the homo is blue, right? This is homo. Australia is hetero, Antarctica is neutral, North and South America becomes homo, and this area, which is most advanced and most developed and largest, is Asia, Europe, and Africa, is called as neutral continent. This is the most advanced continent because also the three main civilizations also. The three main civilizations. What are the three main civilizations? The Egypt civilization, Nile civilization, you can call that as Nile Egypt civilization. The Nile civilization. Indian civilization. Then we have in this Asian neutral continent only, the most advanced civilization of Nile River, which is Egypt civilization, then Indian civilization, then Chinese civilization, and Mesopotamia civilization. Mesopotamia civilizations were grown. These are the four most advanced civilizations which have ever existed in this world. So all these four civilizations actually grew only in the neutral continent of Europe, Asia, and Africa. So they become neutral because they carry they're three in number. They carry the largest space. This is two in number, and the color of neutral is always green. Trojan model of oceans. There are four oceans. The most hidden ocean is Arctic Ocean. If you look at the Arctic Ocean, it is hidden at one place. This small ocean is Arctic Ocean. There's no life here. And then Indian Ocean is a small ocean which is contained in only one hemisphere. This is Indian Ocean. It is contained mainly in the southern hemisphere. This becomes, the Indian Ocean becomes hetero. The Indian Ocean is hetero. Then we have Atlantic Ocean. If you look at the Atlantic Ocean is here. It is in two places. One, it is in the northern hemisphere, and then it is also in the southern hemisphere. So it becomes homo. And then look at the Pacific Ocean. If you look at the Pacific Ocean clearly, Pacific Ocean is this one, and Pacific Ocean is this one. So Pacific Ocean is there in the northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, and also towards west and also towards east. So it is the largest ocean, and it is contained in all the hemisphere, northern, southern, east, west, everywhere. And most important thing is the world's most significant line, which is called as the date line. What is the date line? This is the date line. When you look at the Earth, this is the date line. This is the date line, and date line passes through Pacific Ocean. What is date line? Date line is that line. Date line is that line crossing across which the Earth of the date of our country, the date of our country changes. Suppose Earth crosses this. Once Earth crosses this line, that 5th January will become 6th January. The 6th January will become 7th January. So this most important and significant line passes through the Pacific Ocean. So that becomes neutral, and the color of the neutral is always green. Now, if you look at the TRIORIGIN model of seasons, the winter becomes neutral because in winters nobody works. All the work stops, and all the people get hidden in their homes because it is very difficult to move in winters. It becomes neutral. Then suddenly small spring comes when all new flowers starts blossoming, and everybody starts going out for playing activities. And then after spring, summer comes. Summer becomes neutral because summers, if you see, winter lasts for 3 months. Spring lasts for 3 months, but summer takes the maximum time. It lasts for 6 months. So I'm sorry, winter lasts for 2 months. Or spring lasts for 1 month. Like that, you can say. Maybe this classification I am not correct, but what you can do is, what I want to say is, on the basis of characteristics. On the basis of characteristics, if you look, nobody works in winter. All our metabolic processes gets freezed up, and enzymes are not working properly. And all of us are like this. We want to stay at one place. That means winter is neutral. And in the spring, we suddenly want to go out of our houses into the parks to play. That is a hetero activity. And then in the autumn, what happens is all the epidemics like dengue virus or killing diseases like chikungunya or maybe all the bad diseases appear at the time of autumn, and all the sadness and depression comes into the environment because of autumn. All the tree loses their flowers, and there is a sadness in the environment. The autumn is becomes Homo, and in the summer, when the heat is at the peak, and all the metabolic processes are at their peak, and summer also contains the maximum time duration of your 12 months period. If you see at all the places in India or in Russia or in maybe in some places may not be, but usually at a balanced country where all the 4 seasons come properly, you can see that in summer will be the largest. So that's why summer becomes neutral, because this is how I have classified it on the basis of properties. Winters become neutral. Spring is a small duration, comes for a small time and goes back, and everybody wants to enjoy spring. Everybody is full of joy, and spring is the first season. If you look at the start, how a year starts according to Chinese calendar, it's with the spring season. So hetero comes first. After hetero, what comes? Neutro. Neutro is actually neutro came in the last, but that is a creation order, right? When the functional order, which you will learn in many classes of the triorigin, that after hetero, once something has to be created, that time first hetero comes, then homo comes, then neutro comes, and then neutro comes. But once things are created to work properly, to work functionally properly, first hetero comes, then neutro comes, and then homo comes. Like for example, if I have to walk, how I will walk? If I have to walk, how I will walk? If I have to walk properly, what will happen is suppose I have to walk. So what happens is, first of all, I will take step upwards. When I take step upwards, that becomes hetero. And then my step goes to maximum height and then starts coming back. So the upgoing was hetero, then downgoing should be homo. And when the foot comes back to the ground, it is 0, means it is neutro, no, right? Then when the foot is at the maximum height, what is that called as? Neutro. Neutro. So after hetero, you see neutro comes, and after neutro, homo comes, and then neutro comes. So that is a functional order. All these creation and functional orders can be learned in a triorigin seminar, which are been regularly conducted at various places in India under ISA, Indian Sujok Association. So the thing is, you are now clear that this is how triorigin exists. In the creation order. So in terms of seasons, in the functional order, what happens is first comes hetero, then comes neutro, then comes homo, and then comes neutro. No, this is the functional order. Functional order. Right? So triorigin model also exists in our families. If you look at here, the grandparents who have given birth to all the family members are like neutral. No, father is like hetero, always going outside and earning money and then coming back. Mother is like homo, always in the home and trying to maintain the home. And if these mother and father are not having, they will always fight. But because once they have children, they start adjusting with one another to keep their children happy. So children become neutral in the model of family. So also in terms of TRIORIGIN model of life, we all have 4 types of life. Hetero is individual life, personal life. Family life is homo life. Social life, individual life is single life, alone. But taking care of family means 2 peoples is family life. Taking care of the whole society, social life is neutral. And just remembering God in at our inner peace, in the inner level is spiritual life, which becomes neuto, nu. So in the same way, if you look after proving all these things and after applying my assumption which I gave in the start of the lecture about what happened before the Big Bang, I gave an assumption that I gave a theory that TRIORIGIN must be the order which should be prevailing in the universe. And then I looked at many examples and I proved to all of you that the order which exists everywhere in any situation, in all situations, is TRIORIGIN. And once an assumption is applied and tested on all situations, and once that assumption is seen and has been proved that it is actually existing in all the life situations, then it becomes a law, the law of TRIORIGIN. Hence, it can be stated that TRIORIGIN is the fundamental law which governs the universe. And if you look, at the many kind of therapies are available in this world, and then why the Honori medicine? Honori medicine is the medicine which was developed by Professor Park Jae-woo, and it is called as the neutro medicine, TRIORIGIN model of different therapies prevailing in this world. If you look, there are energy healing practices all over the world. There are many saints. If you go to any saint and pray that please heal me, he will just do like this and he will heal you. There are energy healings like shamanism, Reiki, magnified healing, Merlin Trinity healing, where it is the inner peace of the practitioner is important, that how much while doing the energy healing he connects to the God. The more he connects to the God, the more powerful the healing will be. But these people are very rare to find. The actual saints are very rare to find out. So this becomes neuto healing, no healing. The modern medicine is at the top of the world right now, but this modern medicine, the allopathic medicine, is only good in controlling hetero disease like acute diseases. It can save your life when you have a heart attack. It can save your life if you have a stroke or you have a very high bleeding, but it cannot cure any of the any chronic disease. It can never cure. So it becomes hetero. All the traditional medicines like homeopathy, Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha, all these are very good in curing chronic diseases, but they should not be used in acute cases, but because they don't have any set protocols on how to heal. They never share their protocols. But then comes the Honori medicine, the medicine for all, because Honori medicine contains Sujok acupressure correspondence system, which is very, very powerful when used in acute life-threatening conditions. It has energy therapies in the form of 6-key and TRIORIGIN acupuncture, which are very good in treating chronic diseases. It contains Tai Chi, gymnastics, and yoga to do posture exercises for the body, to bring the service to the body and bringing the joints into the harmony. And then Honori medicine also contains smile meditation to bring peace and connection to the God into the practitioner. So out of all the TRIORIGIN model of different therapies, Honori medicine becomes neutral. So in this way, guys, This first part of the seminar has ended now, and I hope to see you soon in my part 2 seminar. Till then, I have proved to you that TRIORIGIN theory is the fundamental order which governs this universe. Thank you, guys.